Welcome back to iCast Vicious Mockery. I'm Austin.
I'm Matt.
Today, we have a very special episode for you. We're talking about our exit plans.
Yeah.
Not exiting from this company, iCast Vicious Mockery, LLC. Corp. It is not incorporated yet. We'll get there if we get there.
Sure.
And when we do, I think I kind of know how it should be set up, but I'm not sure. Anyway, no. We're talking about what we're going to do when we get canceled, and also why we're going to get canceled.
Sure. So anybody who's in like any sort of what would you say, like anybody who puts themselves out there and
is going to get canceled for sure.
Yeah, like 100%. Not a single person has ever not been canceled, I think, officially.
Officially, yeah.
Even Michael Jackson got canceled like post-mortem.
Twice.
Yes.
At least twice.
Several times.
And I'm not saying he didn't deserve it or did deserve it.
No. I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is that means someone like me, who's arguably more famous than Michael Jackson.
Arguably.
Is going to get canceled.
Yeah.
Wait, now I have to redo that sentence. Someone like me am going to get canceled. That's what I meant to say. And that's actually the reason for it.
Yeah.
I believe.
Oh, you're going to get canceled for your grammar?
For my grammar. People are going to start really caring about that.
Yeah, that's going to be
really caring about that.
It's like, when, you know how like language, like event, like we always think that like certain words, they suddenly become like a big deal. Like you shouldn't say that.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Whenever, being as it is, like this sort of podcast sort of thing, I feel like I'm going to get canceled for saying something that right now isn't a big deal, but then in the future is like
sorcerers aren't people.
Right. Exactly.
or vampires aren't people. I'm in deep right now, dude. I'm in a lot of trouble. As soon as vampires are a real thing,
yeah,
people are going to be like, "Hey, you got a problem with us?" And I'm going to be like,
"Yeah."
And they'll be like, "Oh," as they clutch at their chest, which I've just staked through.
Hey, luckily for you,
yeah,
they won't be able to make it into your house unless you invite them.
True.
So,
or is that unlucky? Because I want to kill them.
Oh,
like I'm not saying I'll kill them for self-defense. I'm saying I think I would just become a vampire hunter, and just like be a starving artist vampire hunter. When we live in the cyberpunk world where people can modify themselves, and of course people will choose to be vampires, basically.
Why do they have to drink blood to survive?
Why
does the sun hurt them? Why can't they cross running water?
It's all probably like software stuff.
It's just bugs.
Like weird bugs and glitches and stuff. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be legal to just be a vampire, so I'm sure they're getting some sketchy, like, I'm duct tape together programs and stuff.
Joke's on you. I'm Vampire 2.6. They patched the running water glitch.
But did you know about this glitch in 2.6? And I show them a mirror or something, and they show up in the mirror and they're like, "What? I don't get it." But then they mind control themselves.
Oh, there you go.
And it just does like a mind control loop, and they're like, "Wah!" And then I stab their half electronic cyborg vampire bodies to death.
Can't figure out how to patch that wooden stake vulnerability.
Well, no, that's just because they are humans still.
You can stab them with anything, but just
we just had this gigantic branch fall in our yard the other day, and I just spent an hour and a half chopping it up. I'm not letting that go to waste. I'm gonna use that.
Oh man,
it's still too wet to use as firewood, but If it's pointy, it'll go in a dude.
Yeah. If it's sharp enough, it'll go. We were gonna talk about getting canceled on this episode, but we just ended up talking about vampires again.
Look, I just have this strong like you know how some people are called to be doctors.
Yeah.
And some people are called to be nurses.
Mm-hmm.
And other people are called to be patients.
Yeah, that's me.
And I'm called to make patients out of vampires.
You know what
But I need them to declare that time of death. I can't let the patient survive, so I guess I don't do that. I don't know what I do. I kill vampires. That's my thing. It's my job. It's my artistic identity.
It's your calling. You know what? I found out what I'm going to be canceled for.
What?
I watched the Snyder cut of Justice League this week. I think I might be the only one who didn't like it and didn't think it was good.
I haven't seen it yet. Okay. So I also haven't seen the original.
I haven't seen the original.
So take this with a grain of salt.
Okay.
But I have a feeling the quality level is similar.
Okay. I never saw the original, but I did watch Red Letter Media talk about both of them.
Oh, okay.
So
did they like the Snyder cut better?
I think they did. Overall, yeah. I never saw the original, so I can't say that I liked it better. I think it was better than the original. But
this one time,
yeah,
my wife and I were going, I don't know, somewhere south.
Okay.
And we were driving past the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, was the traffic ridiculous.
Okay.
But yeah, because like there were just so many people turning into there, and they were all just like clumped at the light in front of it in 2 lanes. Like like some of them were like, oh shoot, we had to be in that lane. We're supposed to be in the turn. And so it was just like these cars. It wasn't like a line of cars. It was like this, like a line of cars all in the turning lane, and then that turning lane ends, and then there's a bunch more cars.
Yeah.
And then there's also cars in front of those, and there's cars squeezed in at different angles. And then this lane, there's some cars trying to like get in on that action. And we're like, oh my God, how are we ever going to even get around this? And we eventually did. It was an ordeal, to say the least. But we figured it out. They were going to see Justice League.
No kidding.
Yeah.
They were going to see Justice League?
Like
this was 2017 then.
It was that year.
Yeah, because that's when it came out.
Yeah, I said it as a joke originally. I was like, oh, they're all going to see Justice League. But now it's become a thing where every time we see a bad driver.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You've told me this before.
Yeah. And anytime I see a bad driver, I'm like,
oh, they're going to see Justice League.
I get the initial, like, like, oh, shoot, this dude just doesn't know what they're doing. Like everybody else does. But then I'm immediately like, oh, wait, they're going to see Justice League.
Oh, okay. They get a pass. They're going to see Justice League. Okay, can I talk about this?
Something is finished downloading, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. What could that be? What's going on? What?
Just a neat little thing that's coming at you this week.
I know. We said that before.
This week, yeah. All right, so listen. I've been crazy busy since then, working billion hours a week, nonstop, because I do have 2 jobs still. And so some weeks I actually have a lot of availability. Other weeks it is like last week, and at least 3, like 2 of the evenings that week I worked until 9:30, so 8 a.m. to 9:30.
Yeah, I have days like that too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it just didn't happen. I do. There's an intro theme song kind of thing that I'm working on. That's like kind of good.
I heard the bare bones of it. It's coming along nicely.
Good.
It's coming along nicely, I gotta say.
I have to do some figuring on the guitar and see, like, I don't know if the guitar is going to be the next thing added to it or what, but it needs more of a melody. I got off track. What was I saying? That thing is coming anyway.
Yes.
It's episode 0 of Matt's campaign.
Yes.
Where we well, we create the character, as in he creates a character and I sit there and provide commentary. Well, he scrolls through menus.
Right. It's riveting.
I cut out all the boring stuff actually, so it's
he did.
It's not very long or anything either.
He trimmed it down really well. It's turning out nicely. We have a different thing though that we probably will be able to put up this week for real.
Yeah, because we should be able to record that today and get it done.
Yeah. So
I am so excited about this.
It's gonna be cool. You guys are gonna like it.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
I guess I can't say that it's good for sure yet because I don't want to I don't want to say that about something that we haven't made.
Yeah, we haven't recorded it yet. But, yeah.
But basically, if it's not good, you can just tell me I'm a vampire and I'll believe you. Is what I'm trying to say.
What would you do if you were a vampire? Would you just end it immediately?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if that's the case.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can't predict what my brain will.
Oh yeah. You
know, different
changes your brain chemistry. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, so in a book I've been reading, that's a thing. They talk about this dwarf. Actually, I think he might be a Draugr.
Yeah. A Duergar.
I can't say it as Duergar. I feel like it can't be pronounced that way.
No, I only say it that way because that's how they said it in Critical Role.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure it's wrong.
Is it actually like Draugr? Anyway,
yeah, it's something like that.
They're one of the dwarves though. He was turned into a vampire, and there's this whole. I don't know what happens after it. I'm sure it becomes important, but he's lusting after every living creature's blood, and then he goes and bites a creature during the middle of the battle, and the other dwarf's like, "Dude, what the heck?" And he's like, and he just runs away. He's like, I'm out of here. So I don't know
I was hungry.
what that's leading to yet, but that's fun stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a book that is set in the D&D universe. It's one of the Drizzt novels.
Yeah, that sounds like what that would be.
Yeah.
If it's got
So anyway, yeah, I guess so they talk a lot about how his he has thoughts constantly from in that case it's a curse. Vampirism is a curse, I guess, and not a biological not like a disease, the way that I think of it as being for real.
A disease?
For real, quote unquote. Yeah, I think of it as that, like it's an infection.
Oh,
in the same way that
people think of zombies.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it's transferred with a bite, and okay, that's actually an interesting way of thinking about it.
That's how I feel like it would be. If you can unvampire somebody, I guess it's the same as curing it. So it's I don't think of it as like a curse.
Can you unvampire somebody?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, obviously, it depends on what source material you're talking about, but
yeah. So do you think somebody who eats a lot of Chinese food can become a vampire?
Because it all has garlic in it?
It all has at least if it's good.
Right. Well, I like garlic a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
If I like garlic enough, would it just be impossible to become a vampire?
You just have a strong enough garlic will? I think you just made a man of it.
Garlic will? My garlic will. That's my food obsession, like the Naruto ramen or what's another one? Doesn't
actually Hinata is more obsessed with the ramen than Naruto.
Oh really?
Yeah, they show in
Boruto.
Naruto's son or whatever. Naruto's son's dad's son.
Boruto's dad's son.
Anyway, so they show in that she actually has the record for most bowls of ramen eaten at
Ichiraku.
At Ichiraku, yeah.
Oh, dude, really?
Yeah.
Was Naruto super angry or impressed?
He's impressed.
Probably impressed. Yeah.
He's like, "Yep, that's my beautiful wife." Because Boruto tries to set the record, and then he's like, "I can't do it." And Naruto's like, they're finally bonding or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Boruto's like, "Who set that record anyway?" And then Hinata walks in and she's like, I'll have one. And then Naruto's like, oh, would you like to know who set the record? It's something along those lines. Yeah.
Anyway, so the Snyder Cut. I got to tell you about this.
Oh, right. And we have to circle back to getting canceled. Guys, this is going to be layers and layers. We got a real onion on us here.
I'm about to get canceled. It got like a 96% audience score or something. And like pretty high, like 70-something% critic, I think. Mm-hmm. So, but I have some problems with it.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm going to put a caveat here, right here, before I get started. I have seen Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, and Suicide Squad.
What are we, some kind of Suicide Squad?
I have not seen Batman vs. Superman, Aquaman, Shazam. What are the other ones? Are there any other DC?
Have literally named more than I've heard.
Okay, cool. Anyway, I don't know if having seen Batman versus Superman is very important. I know what happened in those movies, but my problem with the Justice League movie is that they did it too soon. They didn't. That's not like the only problem, but that's probably one of the biggest ones.
They didn't really develop a lot of the characters on their own very much, especially because Batman versus Superman was already starting to throw them together, right?
Exactly.
So they're trying to cross over things. They're trying to do. All right, so on YouTube, this is a real thing with the crossovers.
Yes,
but you can't just start your channel by crossing over with a bunch of other channels. They actually need to be similar size to you. And things like that in order for it to work out.
For it to work out, yeah.
But you also need to have an audience who cares about your thing first. And it's definitely the same with superheroes, dude. You cannot just be like, you can't just like throw a character. Like if you just started a new character in a Superman comic book, and you're like, oh, this is a new bad guy. His name is Cyborg Dave. And then like the next week, then Batman fights Cyborg Dave, and then like next week the Flash fights Cyborg Dave. I don't think it's gonna go all that well. No. Actually, come to think of it, that's kind of sounding good. Like the way that I'm doing this right now. So maybe hire me to handle this for you.
Maybe.
Because I think that's kind of a fun event. Like if each superhero, like this villain keeps showing up, and they're like, "What is going on here, dude?"
Yeah. What? Now you're my problem. I don't understand.
And they'll just like pass the buck.
Yeah. The
Superman's like, I don't have time. Look,
listen, dude.
Can we maybe take a rain check for like ever?
My favorite issue is when Cyborg fights Cyborg Dave. Okay. So
what are you, Cyborg Dave? What are you? I'm you, only better.
Only Davier.
Only Dave.
Okay, let me list.
My name's not Cyborg Dave. You will call me Cyborg David.
Where's the orchestral sting on that one? Okay, so the movies that came out before the original Justice League movie, like 2017 one, were Man of Steel. Batman v Superman. Suicide Squad. So, who do we know about?
Batman.
We know about Superman.
Superman. Little Batman.
Spoilers. Superman is dead at the beginning of the Justice League movie.
Oh, okay.
So we know about Superman, but then he's dead.
Oh.
So I guess it doesn't matter. We now know about Batman because there was he was involved in that movie. And I think that movie was mostly about Batman. I never saw it, but I'm pretty sure it was. So
maybe that's why people like it better.
There's a Flash.
Is this where you're headed with this?
Well, there's a Flash TV show
Oh, that's right. That was a lot of it. Like the Flash and the Green Arrow.
Yes,
I believe had one.
Green Arrow is not in.
He's not
involved in Justice League. Okay, so that means the movie's 4 hours long. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And the reason it's 4 hours long is because they need to establish Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Aquaman. They don't need to, but they still do establish the Flash. Like they have to like introduce all of the characters and be like, hey, this is what their whole deal is.
That's not a good way to.
That's not a good way to do it.
Good use of your movie time.
Right, exactly. You wouldn't have to do that if they had their movies first.
And if you would just make it a musical, you could just do one song and introduce all of them.
Oh, there you go.
And they each sing about what they want.
What Zack Snyder needed to do.
That's what he needed to do. Yeah,
he needed to make it a musical.
He would have been able to trim that thing down to an hour and 25 minutes.
In a musical setting?
Yeah.
That's not feature length, though. It has to be at least an hour 30.
I think let's go for a different crowd. Let's go for the under 10 crowd with this one.
The under 10.
Yeah.
The rated R. Rated R Justice League movie.
Yeah, like why not have a rated R movie for kids? I think it's time.
Yeah, a rated R movie for kids. That's very progressive of you. Is this why you're going to get canceled? For your rated R movie for kids?
It's not a bad way to go, I guess.
It's not a bad way to go.
No, there's got to be some reason I would get canceled. Let me see. I'm sure I have controversial... You know what? Even if I don't, things that I do now... like eating meat or dissing furries.
Yeah.
That's going to be enough to get you canceled. And, even, all right. I can't even say the word for it probably in this video or we'll get demonetized. We're not monetized.
No, yeah.
But, we'll get in trouble or whatever. But, adults who like kids.
Those guys.
Don't like that.
Nope.
Not a big fan. Shouldn't do that. Nobody should do that. And
please don't do that.
I think that having the viewpoint about it, like the firm viewpoint that I have about it right now, I think in the future that might be cancelable. And that's kind of not cool to me.
I don't know, dude. That's like the one thing.
You would hope, but I've seen, and I'm like, oh, don't.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's because you watched that episode of Law and Order that your wife was watching.
Oh, well, that's true too.
Where they were like, we're people too, and love is love, and all that stuff. Well, I don't think anybody really. You see, the thing is, if you go to prison for that, I mean, they have to like keep you away from the other prisoners, or else you will get dead.
Right.
Well,
some of them it's just because they like hurting people, but other ones it's because like they see what you did as being that like so wrong that they don't want to live with you.
Yeah, the thing about that is, if you murder somebody, you got some street cred in prison.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like cool,
Yeah.
But that other thing we're talking about, no, that's not cool in pretty much any circle.
No,
except for their own. They make their own circles.
Yeah, but like,
yeah.
And I'm all for like not killing those people or stuff like that. I don't want to do anything drastic, but geez, man, if you do stuff because of that, like that impulse, that's gonna be a big. I didn't want to make that too loud.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Because that would have sounded terrible.
Well, you're not going to get canceled for that now. It's not a controversial opinion.
Right. So what do I get canceled for now? Is it wearing a Hawaiian shirt in where we live? No, everybody wears Hawaiian shirts now. It's like cool with the kids and whatever.
Is it? I don't own any Hawaiian shirts. I should fix that.
They're good. There's a reason that people wear them.
You know,
because they're cool.
Ah, darn. You know what? I was about to say, I think I might be able to wear that to work technically based on the way that it's worded, like the work uniform. But I think it does expressly say something about patterns. Oh, wait, but I wore this. This isn't a solid,
Oh, you did?
solid color. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that would count at all. Did you wear a tie with it?
No,
Do you
I
have to wear a tie.
No, no, I don't. I didn't. No, I don't have to wear ties. Well, the thing is that the manager wasn't there, like the head manager, just the assistant managers today, and they don't care. The manager is the only one who really cares, which is fine. But I've worn this before, and she will say something too, which I kind of appreciate.
That somebody there at least cares enough about the details
to say something about it. Yeah. To me, like,
like the apathy is nice when it's in your favor, almost.
Right. Right.
But mostly it's like that drags people, under. That's right. What it is. It just, the more of that there is, the more it drags everything down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that a lot of the time, I think that what makes certain managers and stuff like that effective is when they don't compromise on things. You know what I mean? Because
like Luffy in One Piece.
Yeah, he doesn't compromise on
anything. Never compromises.
Nope. Never.
Dude, so right now
he's a good leader.
This is huge One Piece spoiler.
Okay.
Like the biggest. No, it's not the biggest spoiler. Oh, there are way bigger spoilers, like from the Pirate War arc or stuff like that. But like if you want to, read or watch the series from the beginning to the present time, and you seriously think you're going to remember what I'm saying about it, then turn off your ears for a few seconds, my dude. Cause
cool. I guess I'm just out of luck.
Yeah. Well, do you want me to not spoil it for you?
Go ahead.
Are you sure? Because like once you hear it, you can never go back. You'll just be like, when do they get to that?
I've read up to the Dressrosa arc.
All right.
And it wasn't
resolved. The next arc
resolved.
is way too long, though.
It's like Big Mom, right?
Yeah.
That's the Big Mom.
And then the one after that is also way too long. The arcs are so long. And you're like, would you just get to it? When they do, it's really good.
Yeah.
Right now, Luffy, Eustace Kid, and some other dudes like Trafalgar Law and some other pirates.
Okay.
Are fighting Big Mom.
Yep.
And Kaido simultaneously.
Yes. You know what's funny? Mm-hmm. I literally had one of my coworkers tell me this exact same thing the other day.
Okay. So, yeah. The other pirates on Luffy's side, like, first of all, Big Mom and there's that art. The art style of One Piece is so crazy.
That's Eiichiro Oda.
Yeah, it's just insane. I don't like the proportions of the characters are. Well, first of all, they change. They like literally they just change size.
Yeah.
But that's just like it's almost as though he depicts them artistically sized, and they don't have a real size. There's not like a this is how tall this character is.
Yeah.
It's just like he's huge. He's this big. He fills this frame, and the other characters are this big right now. And it's more like he's drawing the feeling rather than like trying to physically put you in the situation.
Right.
Which is kind of cool.
It's cool. Yeah, I like that.
So yeah, you've got. That's okay. I can hit this and it'll just shake us a little bit. No one will notice.
Okay.
I actually think it stabilizes it.
Oh, really?
A little bit at least. Anyway, well, we'll find out when I watch it back. So you've got these gigantic, like Big Mom and Kaido take up the full frame of a 2-page spread.
Okay.
Every time.
Yep.
Every time it tries to show them, and Luffy's like, like a tenth of the page. Like he's like not even detailed.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other pirates are exhausted. Kaido and Big Mom do not have a scratch on them, and Luffy's like, "Oh, I'm gonna mess these guys up. Like it's just a matter of time before they're dead." And of course Kaido is like, this kid's pretty fun. And Big Mom's like, I'm gonna mess you up, because Luffy did kind of destroy Big Mom's whole deal in the previous arc.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never made it completely through the Dressrosa battle.
Yeah, he really messed up Big Mom's whole, plans and stuff. She was gonna be the Pirate King.
No, he's gonna be the Pirate King.
Yeah, that's exactly the point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, if I complete this one last thing, I will be the Pirate King." And he happened to show up at her place just at that time, and he was like, "I think I'm gonna break it."
Think I'm gonna mess up your plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, there's some. We find out that Luffy has become poison resistant, and stuff like that. So all sorts of stuff tries to hurt him, and then he's like, actually, wait, no, I just got stronger again. I guess we're gonna win now. But then they leave. They have to run away at the end. But yeah, then they get to I guess it's kind of like a weird in between thing. Anyway, they get to the place where Kaido is, and then Big Mom shows up there, and it's they're like, we're gonna become the Pirate King together, and Luffy's like, no,
just me.
And all the other pirates are like, no, we're gonna be Pirate King, and Luffy's like, no, and they're like, okay, maybe not, but and so we'll help you, but we think we are. And he's like, no.
It me. Pirate King in his house. Is One Piece, the treasure, still relevant then? Because I thought...
Yeah, it seems to possibly be a weapon.
Okay, well, that was the implication in chapters that I've read.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, it seems to be a weapon, and all of the Yonko have a piece of the map to find it. And Nico Robin is the only one who can read them.
Hey, guess what crew she's on?
Yep. For all you in the audience who are having trouble following along with all this One Piece nonsense, she would be on Luffy's crew. Luffy is the main character of One Piece. His full name is Monkey D. Luffy. The D stands
important.
for... It's not clear, but...
We don't know what it stands for.
Anybody who has the D middle initial is very important for some reason.
Uh-huh.
Portgas D.
Portgas D. Ace.
Who has his own manga series now.
Really?
Or it might be a novel. I can't remember. But yeah. Yep.
That would be an interesting read.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool character.
But also Gold D. Roger.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it's not Gold Roger. It's Gold.
Well, everybody thinks it's Gold Roger.
Oh, but it's Gold D.
But it's
Roger.
Gold D. Roger.
That makes more sense.
And he just goes by Gold Roger, I think.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. But also Monkey D. Dragon, Luffy's biological father.
Oh, right, because Japanese
names.
Yeah.
So it turns out that Luffy's name goes in the Japanese name order, even though some characters' names do not.
Yes. Oh my! Why? Why with the English translation
some of them
nonsense?
Just have one name. Some of them just have one name.
Is it like Sanji?
He has a last name.
Oh, does he? I forget what it is.
You haven't seen it yet.
Oh, that's why.
No, yeah, you don't find out until later.
Wow, way later.
Dude, also the san in his name.
Mm-hmm.
It is 3.
Yeah.
There is a Yonji.
Oh, really?
There is an Iji.
Ichiji?
Yep.
Cool.
And Reiju.
What? Reiju?
Yeah, Reiju. Like 0?
Oh, gotcha.
There's a 0. Yeah.
Got it.
I'm not going to give it all away yet, though.
Well,
But yeah, there's other ones. Basically is what I'm trying to say. Like what?
What? Since when?
Yeah, since forever apparently.
Wait, who else only has one name?
Usopp.
Oh, he's just Usopp.
Yeah, as far as we know, and that's and Nami might only have one name.
Oh, you mean?
Oh, I guess Nico Robin's name goes in Japanese name order. So I guess Trafalgar D. Law. His first name must be Law.
I guess.
And Monkey D. Dragon's name is.
Was it Dragon?
That's his given name.
Yes.
Oh, and then Monkey D. Garp, I think, is Luffy's grandfather who lives with.
Garp,
right?
yeah.
Does he have the I don't know if he has the middle initial D. I actually forget. What is with that?
I don't know. What's with the D?
What is the D?
What does it mean?
I think it's probably going to end up standing for destiny.
Oh, come on now.
That's what I think it's going to stand for.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe. You know what I think?
What?
I think that Eiichiro Oda didn't think of any of this when he started writing.
No, he did not. He really did not.
Of course not.
What if the D is just a missing piece of the puzzle in the super weapon? And like people
Okay.
Only Nico Robin can read it, but then she'll read it and be like, "There's a letter missing," and Luffy will have to put his name into it.
There's a letter missing. I wonder what it could be. I want full credit. I want a full writing credit. Eiichiro Oda, I know you're listening to this. On the final chapter of One Piece.
Yeah, that's all I. You know what? I want to be able to determine what one of those like opening images will be in one of the chapters.
He's really good at those. Mm-hmm. Those are so
people send in the
cool.
How do the people who send in stuff are good too? How do they send in such crazy ideas?
I don't know. It's so good. I like when he gives all the characters modern clothes, like modern nowadays clothes. You know, that I don't know. I like when anybody does that, but because where else do you see that in? They did it a couple of times, not on manga covers and stuff, I don't think, but they did it a couple of times for like Naruto, I think.
You know, I don't remember seeing it, but I feel like Sasuke could be in like a Versace ad.
Yeah.
I feel like he could.
Yeah, potentially.
Like, who was it? Lightning from Final Fantasy was in maybe a Gucci ad or Prada or something.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they had her model some whatever thing, piece of clothing or accessory.
I wouldn't. I was thinking of Bleach.
Oh yeah, in Bleach they had they definitely did the because they lived in the real world.
They were
it was a true story.
It was a true story.
Okay, well it was based on a true story. They changed a couple things.
Yeah, my favorite thing about Bleach is when he had the giant Zanpakuto, but then it turned out it was basically a marshmallow. It was just like full of inflated air, and it was actually super weak. And then he made it stronger, and when he made it stronger, it got small.
Is that how it happened?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
Yeah, there was that whole thing where he first got his Zanpakuto, and it was gigantic, and everyone was like, "Whoa!" And then, like later on, somebody was like,
"I remember it changing."
Just
stuff.
full of. Well,
I just don't remember it literally being like in an inflatable.
Yeah, well, it was like, the way they explained it was like, "Oh, your sword is the embodiment of your power level or whatever." Like, I don't know.
And so he was like, "All right."
But they were like, "Oh, it's only that big because you can't control it." You know what I mean? So it's just like full of hot air, essentially. Then he learned to control it, and then it but also it was super strong.
And then it was bigger too again.
Yes, and then it got bigger again.
Yeah.
But
but it was stronger too.
But it wasn't full of hot air that time.
Yeah. How did that series end?
Did it?
Yeah.
Did it end?
Yeah, big time.
Cool.
I feel like it just was like, all right, we're done, because it was like canceled.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And they couldn't wrap it up in time.
I only made it to the dudes with Portuguese-ish names arc.
Oh wow, whoa.
I know. I didn't make it very far.
Yeah. You missed him losing his powers three times or something.
Nice.
And like completely starting from zero on a fresh new set of powers.
What?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I know
and then by the end of the series they have to explain all of that.
I know of the Quincy arc.
Yeah.
Where he becomes a Quincy too? I don't remember.
Well, he was one the whole time. He's like a crossbreed of 4 or 5 or 6 things or whatever. It turns out that he just happened to be the perfect intermingling of every possible super crazy person in this universe.
Oh wow.
Which I guess makes sense because he's the main character. So
right.
Why else? Like if somebody else was that, why would they write this story about
him?
Dude instead?
Why would it be about this dude
unless that dude turned bad? But he didn't. Yeah, the Quincy arc is the last arc.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it ends with him fighting the Quincy's.
I thought that was the next one after.
Oh, there might be 2 Quincy arcs.
The Hollow. Well, I don't know because, like I said, this is just what I've heard.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think it goes. I'm not even gonna try. We're gonna skip that. Tell me why you're gonna get canceled.
For not having read enough of Bleach or One Piece.
Perfect.
Or Naruto. I actually never finished Naruto either.
Did you watch the end of it?
No, I didn't.
Did you at least see the part where Guy stomps Madara?
No.
Dude.
Okay, let me tell you where I got to. In the anime, I got to the very, very beginning of the Great Ninja War.
Did you see Neji die?
No.
Oh, well, spoiler.
I heard about it. I mean, it was all over the internet when it happened.
Yeah.
So I couldn't avoid that one.
Yeah.
Then,
by the way, he does not come back.
Right.
He's not in Boruto.
Right.
So Tenten, I think we just never see her again. Because all she was there for was to be like, oh, Neji's so smart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean...
Was that her thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's her deal.
I don't really remember.
Oh, Neji's so smart, and I have weapon scrolls.
When I think of Tenten, the only thing that comes to mind is...
1, 2, 3.
An image.
10, 9. 10, 10.
That...
10, 10, 1. 10, 10, 2.
No, not that.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
I know. I remember that too.
Yeah.
No. When I was young, and going through puberty.
Okay, that's enough.
I discovered a naughty picture of Tenten.
I am sure.
And that is the only thing I can think of when I think of Tenten. Anyway,
that's a thing on YouTube. People do NSFW speedruns on Google Images. They just search a random character and then go through the images to see how fast
they can find.
Yeah.
What? What? That doesn't make sense. Wouldn't there be you would know where the image is, like what page it would be on after the first time doing it, right? So
you do it blind.
You do it.
You do it blind. But it's just called a speed run. But because you're trying to click the image as fast as you can, scroll through and click one. I guess.
Oh, that's right.
I've never watched one of these videos. I just look at the length on them and I just think it's funny.
How long are they?
So many of them are 9 seconds. It's it loaded and then they're 1, 2, 3, 4, boom! Yes. I win. Oh my god, guys, that was crazy.
I feel like 10-10 though at nowadays that would take a while.
It would no, it would be one of the first things that comes up.
Really?
Yeah.
With safe search off, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe you're right.
Maybe we should start doing that on
our channel. That's
why we would get canceled.
Oh, we would get canceled because it would turn into one of those speedrun channels. I
only like 2D.
I'm thinking about it.
Oh, about only liking 2D? Or?
Yeah. Like I'm just gonna get a 2D waifu and just go with that for a while, you know.
They make body pillows.
They do.
They make those.
They do.
It wouldn't move around as much or produce as much heat.
You saw that. I've shown you that image of the
pleasant experience.
Monster Musume character body pillow, the snake girl, where it's just like really long. it's like 20 feet long. I had to have shown you that.
Yeah, I think you did.
It's the funniest thing. It's the funniest that you have to link to that in the show notes. I'll find it and send it to you.
Okay.
It's so funny.
Oh man.
Oh man. Anyway, I want that one.
So what do we do when we get canceled?
Well, yeah, we'll have to come up with something else because I mean we can't show our faces on the internet anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could try the apology video strategy.
Oh yeah, we could also do it.
But look, so
anybody who gets canceled does, and just move on to television.
Oh yeah.
Or sports.
Or sports. What you mean, like sports broadcasting?
Either way.
Or like playing sports.
Either way, really.
Like being the next curling star.
Yeah, something like that.
I had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone. No, I think an apology video could work.
Yeah.
I could be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I would never do anything like that. I can't believe that ever even happened." And then we'd be good.
I'm sorry that I did this thing. I would never do a thing like that.
Right.
Okay.
That's how they all go.
That's how they go. You're right.
That's how they all go, basically. You know, and they say that they're so sorry for a thing that they like. You know, like at the time they weren't sorry for it. I mean, sometimes, yeah. Like sometimes they probably felt guilty about it, but like other times it was just like whatever. It was fine. Everybody, you know, was acceptable to do that at that time.
Right.
So they didn't feel bad doing it
mm-hmm.
or whatever. Which is how I'll feel about the vampire thing.
Yeah, and exactly how I'll feel about...
like, yeah, I don't feel bad about killing vampires. So, I'm sorry you think they're people now or whatever. They probably brainwashed you.
I don't feel bad about not liking the Justice League movie, so...
Guys, I can verify this. I did see the truth in Matt's eyes just now. He really does not feel bad about this.
And Austin does not. I can tell you for sure he does not feel bad about killing vampires.
And I don't know why. And maybe I feel like I should feel bad about it, but at the same time, like...
Nah, man.
I can't be bothered to feel bad about killing them.
Hey, we haven't talked about D&D at all. Do you want to get a homebrew in here?
We talked about it briefly for maybe a half second at some point, I think.
Yeah.
All right. I would like a homebrew.
Okay. This one's really cool. This one was well thought out. First of all, it comes to us from Pixel Engine.
Pixel Engine. That's a nice name.
On Reddit. I like that. It's a good band name.
Oh. It is a good band name.
Yeah. Maybe that's a good album title. I like that thing. I think I like that better for an album title.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you would have to go the Pixel Engines, and that's not as cool. Pixel Engine is a cool album name.
What if you're a single artist and your name is Pixel Engine?
Oh, there you go.
You could pull that off.
Yeah, you could pull that off. Like Gorillaz is just one artist.
Yeah. Or Owl City.
Yeah, there you go. Skrillex. Daft Punk.
Mastodon. Metallica.
Yeah.
Like, all just one artist.
Foo Fighter. All right. So this is a spell. It's called Tithe.
Yeah.
It's an 8th level abjuration spell. It does take an hour to cast. Okay. It also costs 5,000 gold pieces to cast.
What does it do? Tithe? All right, so just in case you're listening and not aware, because you were not raised Catholic or whatever kind of faith, a tithe is kind of like a tax, but you pay it to a church.
10%.
Yeah. It's just like you pay whatever percent of your income to the church, and that's a tithe.
Yep. Church tax. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is what it does.
Yeah.
You magically mandate an area that cannot be entered without the payment of a fee. Okay. The spell fails if part of the area is already under the effect of the same spell. It can have a radius of up to half a mile. So this can be pretty big.
Yeah.
As part of casting the spell, you pay a fee which can be up to 500 gold pieces times your spell save DC. That is worded in a way where it seems like it doesn't have to be that high rather than it has to be at least that high, which I imagine it is what it is supposed to mean.
Yeah.
That could be a lot. Okay. So, any creature with an intelligence score of 4 or higher cannot enter the area without willingly agreeing to pay the fee. There's no saving throw here. Like you have to pay the fee.
You have to pay the troll toll.
Yes, it does not have to be in gold, but it must be material wealth that the creature possesses.
So they like can't pay you in favors or baked goods?
We'll get there. They kind of can, but that's a separate thing.
Oh.
So it can include magic items, clothing, jewelry, art, food and drink.
Oh.
Real estate. Wow, real estate.
Well, how high is the fee? There's never a fee unless we get money for you.
Oh, but as an action against the spell save DC, they can make a charisma check, and on a success, they only have to pay half.
So this is like a money-making scheme. You set up your tithe in some place and try to get everybody to pay you to just be there.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, if a creature cannot pay the fee in material wealth or is unwilling to, it is granted a choice of metaphysical means to pay. Choose at least 2 of the following options. You see, I read through this pretty fast. I didn't realize it was 2. That makes a difference.
Okay.
And only a wish spell or greater restoration with 8th level spell casting or higher can end the effects of these things.
Okay.
So one of them is called Excellence. The creature's 2 highest ability scores are both reduced to 8. All of the remaining ability scores are reduced by a total of 10 points divided among the scores as the creature chooses. So you take 10 points and you allot them where you want, and that's how it's reduced. But you get to choose.
Wait, I'm sorry. So you lose your highest ones, and then those go on to the other ones? Is that what we're saying?
No.
Okay. You lose the other ones as well.
You lose. So your 2 highest are both down to 8.
Down to 8.
And
the
for
other
the
ones you lose 10 points from.
But you can divide
wherever
those. Yeah, how you'd like. That sucks.
Is that only while you're in? No. It's until you get restored.
Until you're restored.
Whoa. Okay.
So who would ever choose that, right? Well, the other ones are just as bad. The creature loses any immunity to poison and disease and has disadvantage on saving throws against being poisoned or diseased. In addition, it regains a maximum of 1 hit dice at the end of a long rest and gains the minimum number of hit points when it rolls hit dice to restore hit points, or add additional hit points to its hit point maximum. So any healing is minimum.
That's pretty bad too.
Yeah.
That's not good for you.
Or
Or
the creature loses proficiency with 3 tools, 3 languages, and 3 skills. If it has the ability to cast spells, the creature also loses the ability to cast spells for 3 schools of magic chosen by the creature.
Wow.
Or the creature offers a future tax to be drawn in blood. Anytime after this is provided as payment, the caster of the spell can choose to collect from the creature or from any of its living descendants. The target takes 20d6 force damage. If this damage reduces the target to 0 hit points, it is rendered into nothingness. The target can only be restored to life by the means of true resurrection or wish.
20d6. Oh, that's not that much.
Well, what is that on average? 30, 35. No, whoa. That's way too low.
No, it'd be 70.
70. Yes, 70.
That's
You're right. That's actually not...
That's not too bad.
A higher level character might survive that.
Yeah.
Or
you could really mess someone up very early in your campaign and be like, oh yeah, that happened a while ago. Sorry. That was your great grandpappy.
That could be a plot hook, though.
Exactly, yeah.
Like
if somebody's family is an important thing to them or whatever, you could be like, well, this is what they did to you. Have fun.
The creature is permanently blinded. It cannot benefit from any effect that would enhance its vision, such as true seeing, nor can it use other senses, such as beast sense or find familiar. Or, this is the last one, the creature cannot speak or make any sound. Gestures or mimes that the creature makes appear unintelligible to anyone able to see them. So you have to pick 2 of those.
So just imagine playing charades with this person, right? And they're like out there doing their little hand thing, and you're like, I have no clue. You are so bad at this.
I've got literally nothing.
This is not making any sense. What does it mean when you do that with your hands? I don't know what that is.
I literally don't know. I don't even have a clue.
Like, I'm seeing this, and none of this makes... I didn't think that these movements were possible.
I don't know how these relate to any real or conceptual anything.
Right now, I'm fairly certain that I'm the one on drugs, but I don't know. That would be interesting to see a gesture that can't possibly mean anything.
Exactly. Like they're
because you can't say that their arms are not moving. So like they give you a thumbs up. They give you a thumbs up and you're like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
I don't understand that at all.
Or like they're like factually, yes, they are nodding up and down, but what you see it as is
well, I don't know
what I'm seeing. What if that's how it works? It just makes everybody else stupid.
Yeah.
So like they see you nod and they're just like,
what?
I don't know what that means when you do it. Yeah. I don't get you.
They look
this
over.
This guy nods. He gets it. You? What is?
What is
they
that?
Mimic it, and they're like, "What does that
mean?" So once the creature has paid the fee, it can enter the spell's area. If it leaves again, it has to pay the fee again if it wants to go back. But if you cast the spell, you can choose to waive the fee for anybody that you want. And you're aware of any creature who's about to enter the space. It cannot be dispelled by dispel magic, and anti-magic field has no effect. If you cast this spell in the same area every day for 30 days, it becomes permanent. Every day at dawn, you can change the fee.
What can it, like, does it matter what it is?
Nope, the fee can be anything.
Oh. Well, I guess the idea there is you start with a really low fee, and then, like, if it's too crowded, the next day you raise the fee slightly until you get to the right level of, whatever.
Yeah, and then you can lower it if it gets too sparse.
Mm-hmm.
Man, somebody buys a home there, and then suddenly they can't afford to get back in. They're like,
Yeah, I don't think the housing market's going to be so strong there.
Yeah, probably not. Imagine having that job, though. Like being like a real estate agent or like a house flipper in a place like that. Like, you just can't leave.
Yeah. And half mile's not really big enough for like a complete supply chain.
Right. So like
somebody would have to,
I guess that's a way to really enforce those tariffs.
You can get up to the wall of it though and pass materials through just fine.
Yeah. Materials don't have an intelligence of 4 or higher.
Yeah. So you basically would just set up a land port at the border and just put things through it.
Yeah, like a system of pulleys.
Yeah. And like some little cranes and stuff.
Oh man, but when they construct those pulleys, they're going to have to pay that fee.
Well, somebody's going to be in there.
Well, right.
I mean, they're probably...
Could you construct it completely with some people inside and some people outside, and they never have to trade places? I guess so.
I mean,
hey, could you hand me that hammer? Just gotta throw it.
Yeah. The guy on the inside's like pointing to the hammer, and the other guy's just like what is that?
What are you talking about?
What are you doing right now? Are you like trying to come on to me or something? Like, what is this, man? Like, I get it. I'm attractive, and like you're attractive too. I gotta say, but like, I don't think this is happening. I don't think this is okay. I guess. I mean, I guess
you're in there. I'm out here. I don't know.
And then they go in, and then they both just can't talk to each other.
But they sleep with each other anyway.
Do they?
Oh, I guess you can't give consent.
Well, and how do they know where to go? Like the one would start walking toward their house or whatever, and then the other one would start following them. But then they'd be like, all right, I'm going into this house. And they'd start to turn and walk, and the other one would be going this way, and they'd be like, oh, wait, we're not going to my house, I guess? Are we, like, what are we doing? And they would just like...
Or is leading somebody somewhere enough of a form of communication that even them walking to their house is something that you can't understand.
The dude behind them just starts walking in circles, and it's just like, oh, you're losing me, man. I can't keep up.
Where the concept of two people who can't be understood no matter what they do, trying to form some kind of relationship is one of the funniest things to me.
Okay, see ya.
Yep, have a good one.